Hey, all right, welcome back to Bye Guys Crypto Show, where mania rules, caution jewels. We play the fools for your viewing pleasure. I'm Raff.
Jeff.
I'm Stu.
I'm Moose.
And this is season 2, episode 6. Ladies and gentlemen, we won't go quietly into the night. That's right, just like Bill Pullman from Independence Day and Big Ben Roethlisberger beating the Baltimore Ravens in overtime today to advance, fingers crossed, to the playoffs. It's just a big season for us. And guess what? It's also something like maybe it's the bear season. Maybe those bears are coming out, but we don't know. You know what? Doesn't matter. We're not going to go quietly through bear season. We're going to keep buying and buying. That's what we do. We hear the buy guys. We talk crypto all day, every day. It's the American way. It's here to stay. And that's why we're going to get this show started. We are 20% spring training, 30% regular season, 50% playoffs. Yeah, that's right. The Bye Guys are in the house. Congrats to the Steelers. What a win today. Feeling great about that. Listen, let's take a look at these markets. And like I said, it's not looking good. We're either, in the valley or at the peak, getting ready to go down further. Who knows? Take it away, Jeff.
Well, another week, another story that is basically the same. We haven't moved other than down further. It's below 2 trillion. If you look at the market cap, it's, I think, 1.96. Not a whole lot of movement other than I think Bitcoin has gone down a little bit more over the last week since the last time we were on. If we look at the actual currencies, we got Bitcoin at 41. I think last week it was around 43, 44. Ethereum has gone up slightly from yesterday, but not much movement. It's been flat to down for the better part of 3 weeks. I don't think we've had any substantial more than 4 or 5% increase, and it's been kind of a slow decline appropriately since we started this show. So, we're waiting for a big pump to get on here and talk about it. And I think, Raff, you mentioned it. We're not going to go quietly into the night. We're going to keep buying because we believe in this technology. We believe that the institutional adoption, the commonplace adoption is right around the corner. Right around the corner might be 6 months from now, might be 3 years from now, but we are all, I think it's safe to say, long on this. It's just too big to fail. And one indicator of that, which we will be talking about here, is just NFTs, smart contracts are just getting started. That's just one use case of this tech, right? There's DeFi, there's the transaction currencies, there's like third world adoption of all this stuff, but just NFTs and gaming, that is exploding right now. And that's not going anywhere. And all of that is built on things like Ethereum, Polygon, Avalanche, Cardano. So those are the foundational assets in this class that people buy into. And, they're not going anywhere. They're only going to go up. So we feel good about it. And we'll keep dollar cost averaging in and be responsible about it, right? Not financial advice, but we're going to be responsible to, whatever our own individual goals are. Mine, couple percentage points of total investment go into crypto and digital assets, and we'll see where we go. So what do you guys think?
Well, I will go quietly into the night in regards to the market. I'm just going to keep buying dips.
Yeah.
Jeff, I think you're right. I feel the same. It's those same groupings that you said. That's the foundation. Those are the blocks that everything is predominantly built on, and that those seeds have been planted, those roots are growing, and things are growing on top, and they're going to continue growing on top.
I got 2 thoughts. The Oracle of Omaha, man, buy when people are fearful. That's the idea. And do right now the fear and loathing index or whatever it's called. I think it's at an all-time low. It's around 10 out of 100. I don't even know how they calculate that thing. I just see it on Twitter every once in a while. People are panicking. There's blood in the streets. And by the way, it's not even that bad yet. We could take another 80% dip. I don't know, man. Who knows? So the first thing I want to say is fear is the time to lean in. That's when the buy guys do their best action, right? And then secondly, listen, this is not financial advice, ladies and gentlemen. We're just here to have fun. We believe in the fundamentals of the technology and the long-term potential, and that's the key. Keep a long-term view. Yes, there's a little bit like early flipping and day trading, all sorts of stuff. We're not really thinking about that here in the Buy Guys. We're having fun week to week, riding this roller coaster like the Steel Phantom Up and down, baby. So anyway, it's just a crazy ride. But I survived the roller coaster back in 2017. You guys have been in this stuff really since this year. It's just the nature of the beast. Buckle up and enjoy the ride, because that's what it's all about. So that's a quick look at the markets. We're going to turn it over to our next favorite topic. And I don't know, we really lean in hard on this season, and that's the NFTs. NFTs. I think that's the next section of the show. We're just going to talk a little bit about a project that hit us this week in a unique way, and maybe create some value for you, introduce you to some fun stuff out there too.
We keep adding a clip here of each, and this is not by any means comprehensive of NFTs that the group owns, but we add one or two every week just to make the slide a little bit more interesting. So let me pull up my screen. You guys see this okay?
I don't see it yet. I want that NFTs. I want that Chris Farley action.
Hold on. Technical difficulties. 1 second.
It's all good, my friend. It's like your coin market cap the other day when I was a trillionaire for a couple hours. It was amazing. I love it. I see this picture. It just brings chills to my spine.
So we're gonna
chills.
I mean, we're going to talk about something that, like Raff said, we all picked up in the last week. That's kind of interesting, and we've seen this one before. So, Mike, let me hand this to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll start it off here. I do think 2022 might be coined the year of the NFTs, and it certainly got a lot of boom in the fourth quarter, and really it's exacerbated from that. I think this first quarter is, if it's any indication, but we've talked about the crypto baristas a couple. Certainly during a few of our segments now, and last week they had a couple drops, and the first one they dropped last week, let's see, I don't see the first one. It was the ghost. There it is. The ghost was the first one they dropped, and it was a 5/5 character. I know several of us attempted to get the ghost and we all fell flat. Their second drop of the week was that lovely little honey bear up there called Honeywell. That was a 10 of 10. We all strongly made valiant efforts to get that one, and I was the only one that was successful. I don't know how I didn't do anything different than the rest of the buy guys, but that one is now in my possession, and it has been such a hit in the crypto barista community that they're now starting to market some of the merchandise around that head. So there's only 2 characters they've done that with. So for whatever reason, it's been a huge hit. I think part of it's the artwork, part of it's a story about the about the bear itself. But again, it's back to, they continue to grow week over week, that community, and it's become this. Their drops are in so limited quantities, so that people the ones that can't get it are still left unsatisfied. So they're scrambling to try to get the next one. So yeah, it's certainly a hot item. The bear is by far the hottest one to date. Now, to date, upcoming week, there's going to be 3 amazing drops too, which I think we're going to have maybe a later special on. But yeah, that bear was my pickup this week somehow, luckily. And I picked it up for 0.1 ETH. And right away, a few of the other owners dropped them at 0.5 for sale, and they got snatched up immediately. So yeah, I'm excited to have that one in my NFT portfolio. I certainly don't have any indication that I'm going to drop it and sell it anytime soon. I'm going to hold it for a while, hopefully for the long term.
Well, they've come a long way in a very short period of time. Raff he can attest. When we first got in it, these characters, when they got dropped, it might be 24, 48 hours before they sold out the 10. And now it's 2.4 seconds and they're gone. So
Stu, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, they were all gone. All 10 were gone in literally seconds. And I think that's a testament to what these guys are doing, the crypto barista guys.
They say you should never be jealous of anybody, but I am jealous of that pickup. So nicely done. I think
hey, hold on. Taken off. Tell us why you're jealous. There's a reason why you're jealous. Not because you didn't get one. Tell us why.
Well, it's because I wanted it. I think it's a really good character. It's one of the best in the series so far. I did try to get it and transacted at the same time as somebody else, and I think I was the 10th in and just missed the cut. So now, when you just miss getting something that you really want, it just makes you, more excited to get the next one. So kudos, Mike, to you. I think it's a great pickup, and the pressure is on for me to snag one, because I think I'm the only
This
one here
week.
that doesn't have one.
This week is yours. I got a good feeling about you this week, Jeff. Really good.
All right. Any
Moving
more
on.
barista discussion, Rob?
Look, man, I just love what they're about. I like the idea of it. I'm not sure where it's going, but it seems only one direction at this point. It does segue into my NFT of the week, but we'll get to that later. Just put a pin in it, folks, as they say. We're going to come right back to this notion of bridging NFTs and real world value. But next up, let's kick it over to who are you thinking, Jeff? Who's up next? Women and weapons.
Yeah, I'll take this one, and maybe Raff, you and I can both speak on this, since you bought a couple things this week. But this is one that I think others on the line here have been looking at, but I've really been interested in this project ever since November. Gary Vee had endorsed it pretty strongly on a podcast, talking about the project, the artist, who I think her name is Sarah Bauman, if I'm not mistaken. Sarah Bauman. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. She goes by AKA Sparky, which is her Twitter handle, but she is becoming a force in the NFT space, particularly with women-led projects. She's speaking at VCon and has a project. It's the second largest woman-led NFT project behind World of Women, which is multiple ETH floor level at this point. So both of those project leads or owners are connected to one another. They support each other. So it's a pretty strong community. Felt good about it. Actually purchased one yesterday morning at 0.18. The floor is already almost at 0.3. And I think this thing is just going to continue to move. And so I think it's a great project. It's pretty cool artwork. Women and weapons. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's a series of, I think, 4 or 5 different weapons, but you can see the artwork, kind of cool. So I was looking to get one of the throwing stars. I thought that was one of the cooler weapons. So this is the one that I picked up.
Nice.
Yesterday.
Very
Excited
nice.
about it.
You guys ever used? They're called shurikens, I think was the technical term. Did you guys ever have those as a kid? That was big in the 80s, man.
We called them Chinese stars. I don't know if that's an appropriate
Yep.
term or not, but they're
Throwing
pretty
stars.
cool. It's one of the
Yep.
iconic weapons.
Ninja
So
stars, baby.
Raff and I have been talking, and I don't want to steal your thunder, Raff, but you had aped in to a few of these yesterday as well. So
Well,
any
I
thoughts?
got to give you credit. I was on the way to the grocery store. It's got a big winter storm here in the DC area. People panic like mad. I'm going to go out there and get a little head start on that. I got a call and a text from my buddy Jeff. He's like, hey man, you looking to ape in today? And he's like, I'm always looking to jump into something stupid. In all truthfulness, man, I don't want to waste money, but I do feel like there's some great undervalued projects, and I'm long-term holder. I'm not day flipper. Some people are looking for that instant 2 or 3x. I'm looking for lifelong 10, 50x sort of stuff. But also when I just support good artists, good causes. This woman's out in Texas. It's cool. Women empowerment. It's fun art. I dig it. And I have to give Jeff some kudos, because he helped identify and alert me to this new tool. It's a sniper tool that apparently you can install and help you make better selections of the NFTs you do buy, to the extent you're trying to get a little, rarity as a factor of your purchase. You look and see what's the most rare piece for the lowest cost. I'll be honest, I didn't really spend too much time on it. Jeff sent me a couple suggestions. They look cool. He actually sent me 4 suggestions. And by the time I got home, maybe half an hour later, 2 of them had been snagged up. That was a little indication to me that this thing is moving. So I got the other 2, and I got them at 0.2. And is that right? Wait a second. Is it 0.3 something now, Floor? Is that right?
No, I don't think you paid higher than 0.2. All of the ones I had sent you, none of them were higher than 0.2.
Yeah. So I'm already up and feeling good about it. But again, I think it's long-term. And the other thing that really just validates it to me is Gary Vee's endorsement. The guy has a vision for these artists and long-term potential. He's going to support them. I don't see any, he would say this is too much pressure to put on one human being, but he kind of invites it. Look, if he is endorsing a project and getting behind it, I think the guy is going to go to the mat for them long haul. Here, this woman's going to have a prominent speaking spot at VCon. There's going to be so much heat in the buildup and aftermath of that event. I just don't see this dropping anytime soon. So
the as you're saying that, the floor has gone from 0.3 to 0.375 just in the last few
obviously
seconds.
we're live streaming here, right?
Yeah,
Must be
this
it.
is,
Yeah,
this
I was
is
just gonna
live
say,
in real
yeah.
time. You can see this is the trajectory of the project. It's already going up. So
Looking good.
the last thing I'll comment on, just last night at about 9:00 at night, they completely revamped their campaign, their media campaign, the background, the artwork, the branding, and they're classifying themselves as a multimedia company now. So they're expanding the brand beyond just the NFT and taking it to a broader audience through more channels. So that means more exposure, more marketing. Yep.
One more nugget. This is a big one potentially, and we're not going to talk in depth about it tonight because there's so much buzz out there. Gary V's Book of Games contest and project. This is the NFTs that were given for the early orders of mass shipments of his book, right? 12 and a half steps. Every 12 books you ordered, you got one NFT. That is a whole game, dude. It's insane. There's the book. Thanks, Stewie. Looking good. It's exceptional read, really inspiring. But what he's bringing to the table, which is just coming out now, and I have to actually get on and check my wallet because he's doing it on Immutable X. It's a whole, this whole new project. Allegedly, we're going to find out tomorrow. All the rules are coming out, but allegedly some of this Book of Games contest is going to be, of course, connected to his VFriends project, his second VFriends drop. But also this rumor is some of the best projects that he's invested in and supports are going to be connected to it. It's the rumor that you're going to need to have a women and weapons asset or some other assets, other tokens to like get the most out of the game. So I don't know how that's going to go, but I could see some of these projects he talks about making significant strides in the next week or two as these games unfold. Stay tuned for that. That's probably gonna be my topic next week, to play or not to play. Look, I'm just getting NFTs out the yin yang from Gary V. The guy just said the tickets for VCon are going to be separate NFT tokens. They're going to have value. I'm getting the book tokens. I don't know, man. It's like manna from heaven with that guy. I will, like I said last week, I'm going off a cliff with that dude. I don't care. I'm following him to the bitter end. That's all. Let's want to throw that out there, fellas.
Would you run through a wall for him?
Every
Robert?
time I listen to that,
would you run through a wall?
I could run through multiple walls. I'm like the freaking.
Nice. Would you run through the? Would you run through the Berlin Wall?
Yeah.
Would you?
Like the. Oh yeah. I'm the Kool-Aid man,
shift
baby.
gears.
Yeah.
I like this.
All right, Stu. Good setup.
No, I mean there it is, right? I mean, you've all three talked about.
Well, tell us what Mauer is real quick. Give us a recap.
Yeah, and I was going to say, you talked about quality projects, quality artists, and this is one where, I missed the first drop, and it wasn't, and it was on accident. I attempted to get in on this project with Rob on the first drop, and I was unsuccessful in bridging assets and getting everything in there. And I was a bit frustrated by that. But I did get in on the second drop for this Berlin Wall, the Mauer NFT Berlin Wall project, and the rarity just came out, I think officially today, and it just so happened that the one piece that I have is actually ranked number one. And there you go, Jeff. Let me pull that up, and so it was very exciting on the Discord when people are tagging me and things and congratulating me on this fantastic piece, and it is awesome to look at. And again, the project itself has been, it's been going strong. Again, now 2 drops. The third drop is, I believe, scheduled for the 18th of this month. It's a different artist. Gasparini was the artist, this particular artist. But again, just a great project to get behind, as Rob, can speak to. I mean, they have a space in Sandbox currently. The goal is to smash the wall a little bit down the road, and there's still 3 more drops, I believe, scheduled. But yeah, this is the one that I was excited to talk about. Obviously, having this is the first for me, having a number 1 rank of somebody's project. So I'll have to stay tuned and see how that kind of unfolds moving forward. But again, great work. I enjoy the art, and obviously the project itself is something to applaud. So I'm just glad to be a part of that. A little bit extra glad today.
Mm-hmm.
Very happy for you, man. This is a great piece.
Yeah.
It's a cool project. You just got in on the mint and pulled it out of what do they drop over 5 consecutive drops. This is the second. They have 3 more to go. or is it 6? Heck, I don't even
I
remember.
think it's 5, and I think this particular drop had a little over 2,000 pieces dropped. So,
do you understand what the odds are? 1 out of 2,000. I mean, I don't know. Do some math on that. That's pretty
It's
low.
unreal.
yeah.
I mean-
and I don't want to belabor the point too much, but I'd actually gone on there because I had some questions when I saw that every piece kind of had, 3 traits, up to really 10, I believe. And I saw mine only had the artist and 2 others. I thought, dang, nabbit. Maybe I didn't really get the greatest, piece technically. But then this thing started to kind of play out a little bit. I started to see some of the early projections. I thought, well, maybe this is rare. But again, it doesn't, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter because the project is so exceptional. And I'm just glad to be a part of it. So, yeah.
We're going to be updating on this over the weeks ahead because it's one of those staged releases. And like Stu said, a big congregation, I think like in May or June, they're going to smash the virtual Berlin Wall and get you access that by having one of these tokens. So
Yeah.
we're going to be continuing to pick them up. I think the next drop's this week, guys.
Well, it's the 18th. It's the 18th. I am
18th.
fairly
You're on
certain of
top
that.
of it.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, 18. Got another weekend or so. So
Yeah.
start selling your blood for that one. It's going to be good.
Yep.
Although I have to admit, one thing that really appeals to me about that project, low cost, 150 to mint. Come on, that's people can get into that. And actually, I was on a call with them today, and I did a little survey in real time, about 300 people on a Zoom call, and they said during that survey, 60% of their NFT holders, this was their first NFT. So they're bringing some new people to the game, which is cool and good for them.
Yeah.
And I saw you tease the next one. I kind of going long-winded there, but let's just jump right in. This is the next project. This is Fly Fish Club, and this is Rafferty's project, and this is my high risk, high reward. I would actually don't think it's high risk because of the people that are involved. VCR group. So that includes, among others, the man, the myth, the legend, Gary Vaynerchuk, also some other very successful entrepreneurs and hospitality experts, David Rodolitz, John Capone, and Connor Hanlon. They make this coalition, the VCR group, basically dedicated to giving exceptionally exciting and engaging culinary experiences and concepts. I think Gary V is part of this to bring in the kind of innovation. And so clearly he's bringing the NFT game here. Long story short, we talked about crypto baristas earlier. What appealed to me when I first got into that project was this notion, this idea, oh, hey, an NFT is more than just a piece of art on the blockchain. It can be a token or a ticket and give you access to something. The VFriends conference was minted that way. Crypto baristas trying to raise money to give you some sort of stake in a project that has real world access and values. Like, that's interesting to me. This came along, and Stu, thank you for letting me know about it. He tweeted it to me, and I said, hey, I hadn't heard about this yet. The mint was the next morning. I moved some ETH over. I made some silly decisions on some margin. I wasn't able to get in at the mint. It was one of those things that was out, sold in about, I want to say 5 to 10 seconds, it seemed like. So I lost a little bit of gas just making the attempt. But the bottom line is they have 2 tiers of tokens here. And I don't know the specific numbers off the top of my head. Maybe it's 1,000 fly fish tokens. That's your general access token. And you have a couple hundred of the sushi tokens, and they get you to the same access that the fly fish have, but then also a special elite club and some sort of high-end sushi experience. And so bottom line is it's high cost. The mint price was 2.5 for a fly fish or 4.5 for a sushi. So you're already, pricing out a good number of people.
Matic?
What's up?
4.5 Matic?
No, ETH.
Oh.
What was there a joke in there that I didn't?
Yeah, I was trying to make a joke. Like, what currency is it? Is it Matic? Is it Polygon or dot? ETH.
It's all
it's a
ETH
polka
here.
dot.
It's
Polka
all ETH. And so 2.5 for the base token, 4.5. That's, you're talking already significant amount of money. I'm fortunate I got into the ETH and the broader crypto game many years ago. I have a little stack that doesn't seem real to me, and I like to throw it at projects like this, especially since doing a little bit of that investing early on with VFriends and others puts me up on paper. It's all paper, by the way. It's not real. I haven't realized any profits. I haven't flipped any or sold any of my NFTs, but on paper, some of them have done really well. so I can sort of rationalize to myself joining a club like this. But to me, it's very exciting. Look, I live, about a 4-hour train ride, Acela up, or maybe 3.5 up to New York City. I can check this place out in person. It's not going to open until 2023. That scares off a lot of people already. It's like, dude, you're not even going to realize any value of this thing for over a year. I'm a long-term vision, man. That's really an emphasis of Gary Vee that I take to heart. It's not about the instant flip and gratification. It's about getting in on the ground floor, watching them build something amazing. And they do have events already. There's a public launch on the 7th. They've got a Miami private boat party. So I'm going to take my, Southwest down to Miami. No, I'm not going to be going to that. But the point is that there's events happening. The community's building. I'm not able to go to any of that stuff. I guess I'm missing out. That's cool. Eventually, I will make it to New York. I was talking to Stu about this today. I think we texted it. I said, here's my vision, 2023. I don't know when it's going to happen. And it's, the stars have to align. We're all busy people. I want to buy guys. I want to treat you guys to dinner at the Fly Fish Club. We're going to drink some empathy wine, right? Some of the, I'll bring a bottle of the empathy wine, and we'll have some crypto baristas coffee served at the restaurant as our, part over dessert. So we're going to bridge those two projects. And that's the fun to me. Again, someone who's interested in bridging the virtual NFT world and the real world. I was able to, on the Discord channel, now that I'm a member, I get some, sort of member access to the certain aspects of that channel. I've been able to kick around. Just my interest in this was generated on something else I'm involved in, the crypto baristas. Lo and behold, someone in that Discord channel decided to buy into crypto baristas. I love it. That's what I'm about. The world is abundant, bringing these people together, man. These projects, I could see these projects having some type of partnership down the road, because even a seafood place has got to have coffee after dinner, right? And why not have the crypto? Why not have the first NFT coffee cafe serve the coffee at the first NFT club restaurant? Makes too much sense to me. So there's lots on tap here. I'm excited about it. It's a long-term hold. And one other thing I'll say, super risk, no idea how it's going to pan out. But again, I had no idea what I was getting into when I bought VeeFriends on a fundamental level. I thought I was just getting access to a conference. It's so much more. Gary Vee's behind it. I'm into it. One of the aspects of this is you can potentially lease your ticket, your token, on a monthly basis to people who are touring or visiting New York who want access to the restaurant. They can use your pass. So potentially, if you're not thinking about months, you're thinking about years or maybe even decades. This could be ground floor passive income, right? I'm not going to be going up to New York every day of the week, so maybe a couple times a year at most. The other months, I could rent that out forever.
Well, listen, I know that membership has its privileges, and I'm just not trying to put you on the spot, but again, I think you referenced, and it's on the record, I might have made that introduction. So I'm hoping that maybe I'll get a little bit of a benefit for making that introduction to you. Just saying, just get it out there.
You tweeted, you texted me, and I was like, well, you introduced me to it, and the drop was the next day. I had to make some decisions. It was not easy. But it's, I'm going to butcher.
Glad I could help you out, Robert. Glad I could help you spend some of that.
It's like that crypto.com. It's Matt Damon. What does he say? It's like,
Fortune favors the brave.
Fortune favors the brave. So I rolled the dice and I lost. Here's the other thing, folks. I'm not afraid to admit it. And I put it in the Discord. I'm just going to be honest with people. By the way, my Discord is my real name. I don't hide behind anything. I'm not trying to be anything other than Rob Rafferty. I went on that Discord page. I said, this is what happened. Introduce yourself. I aped into this because I believe in Gary Vee. I like the concept, bridge real world value and NFTs, yada, yada. I didn't get the drop. And I said, I still want this dang thing. So I went on the secondary market and bought it probably too quickly. I overpaid a little bit. I'm sitting a little bit. I paid more than the floor right now. Not by a ton, but I don't care. Partly is because I'm in for the long term. Doesn't matter. If you think that way, you're going to win. It's not all about looking at something 2 days later or a week later. It's 5 years or 10 years later. This is true. This is so true. So I'm going to live.
Not in our moonbulls competition. It's not true.
Yeah. Let's move it over to moonbulls.
Not in the moonbulls. It's what's now.
Moonbulls is week to week, 10 weeks total. We are very short-term calculus, contrary to most of what I do in my world of crypto, which is probably why I've had some challenges. Although last week I was doing all right. I'm excited for the big reveal. There's my Chris Farley, a little bit behind the times. It's cool though. I like it. Running of the Moonbulls, season 2, week 6. We're in, guys. Let's look at the standings. Moose is still in first.
Ugh.
Raff is in second. Noah in third. Stu still stinking it up there in 4th place in the caboose. Those are the same. Is it the same as last week? Not much change, not much movement. We've all like tanked our
We've all moved in the wrong direction. Some more than others.
Some more than others. Ooh, you know what though? This is no one's really pulled ahead here. Like
race is tightening.
I'm on
It
your
is
heels,
tightening.
Moose. I'm on your heels, brother. You better watch
You're
out.
on them.
All right.
All right, Mike, lead us off. Number one.
Do I have to? Do I have to?
You do if
the
you're in first
requirement this week?
place. Yeah.
Requirement. I got a sheet. I've been looking. I got it narrowed down to 3, and I don't want to spoil Rob again like I have like week over week. So I'm not gonna pick Rob's Solana again. Or maybe I am. Maybe I am. Yeah, I'm gonna go Solana this week.
You're
I
really,
love it.
You're really
You know,
making this hard.
Rob,
man.
Raff, I want to tell you, I think you are a true, that's one of the things I love about our Bye Guys show, the 4 of us. We have a common bond on a number of levels, but we are all so very different when it comes to the approach of, I think of, a lot of our daily things that we like, things we're into. Rob, I think of the 4 of us, you might be the biggest visionary on this board right now. And I don't mean the board of the Moonbulls. I mean the board of the show. I think you're that visionary guy that we have. So I love you for that, but I apologize. I am picking Solana this week.
You're such a kind guy. You're like you say such nice things, and you shake my hand as you stab me deep with the shank. It's
That'll change in season 3.
It's all good, man. I'm gonna do all right. I respect. So what are you getting? Soul. Okay, great. Yeah. Hey, look, it's cool. You're gonna try to keep up with me because I have 3 times as much. Or well, no, it's only gonna be, dude. You already have some. This is not looking good. Because truthfully, I was gonna get Soul again. I was gonna go all in, but I'm gonna pull a little wild card here. I didn't give much thought to this. Not surprised.
That's why you've never won the competition.
This could be the week.
This is why being in first, it's like the pole position. There's an advantage to getting in first every week. You pick first, and then everybody else has to figure it out.
I'm going to go for something that's not on the board yet, which is always a smart move. And I actually was looking at it today. I was thinking, this seems like a good buy. I believe in the technology, but I believe in the company. I'm not sure if it's going to have short-term play. That's the hardest part on this Moonbulls, right? Getting the short-term traction. As we saw before, if we updated our picks from season 1, we'd have different winners, right? I mean, it's just fascinating how things go up and down in this market. So, but I'm going to pick a little outside the box here. It's not like super unknown, but it might surprise you guys. I'm going with little Stellar Lumens XLM. I think it's down at like 23 cents or so right now. And I'm like, I think as if the markets rebound, I think it has a high upside, and I can get a pretty nice stack of it for $25. So let's go into that. XLM Stellar Lumens for the win. That's my ninja pick of the week.
I'm just thinking if this was the NFL draft, and the Jets crowd, they would have just booed you off the stage.
I think he just drafted a kicker in the first round.
That's it. First round kicker.
Hey, man, Janikowski had like a 20-year career. The guy's a legend. So, I mean, sue me.
All right. I'm going to be brief. I feel great about this pick. I've already picked it once. Avalanche. It's an Avalanche coming for you, Raff, because I think we're only I'm only $4 behind you, starting to close the gap here. And I feel great about Avalanche, Matic, crypto.com. As soon as the market sniffs a pump, everybody on this line knows Avalanche and Matic are probably going to double in price. So I'm going AVAX again. Actually, I've already gone AVAX. I bought it this morning. I buy early. I wake up, have my coffee, and think, what am I going to buy today? That's what a real buy guy does. So I bought it $84 this morning, 2.94 for $25. And I feel great about this pick. So looking forward to next week. There might be some shuffling again.
That was nice, Jeff. Thanks. Bringing up the rear, I was fortunate enough today that to meet my dad, who lives a little bit of a distance away, and so we kind of met on as he was traveling, and he just made me think. He didn't give me any advice, but when I was younger, he used to always say, "You got to dance with the date that brought you." I remember him saying that when I was a young kid that thought he could get girls, and I never got any of them. But you got to dance with the date that brought you, son. And you know what? XRP brought me to this whole little like crypto show, and I feel like seeing my dad today, it just made me think. You know what? Damn, I've been just neglecting her. She's just been sitting back in the corner, and it's time to bring her back to the dance floor and see what we can do with her. So earlier today, after getting home with my dad, I bought some XRP and about 33 tokens worth, and that's where I'm going. That's where we're gonna kind of plant the flag this week.
Well, you're gonna have to tap. You're gonna have to tap the SEC on the shoulder to ask for a dance with the XRP.
And if they accept, he will win the whole thing because this will moon up to $13. That's a bold pick.
Yeah.
When is that lawsuit going to get settled? Nobody knows.
Well, the lawsuit was supposed to be settled 2 years ago, it seems like. And again, the unfortunate piece is this is a 10-week competition, but it's 75 cents. I believe over the next 4 or 5 weeks we can get there. And I just felt like it was a good value pick, and feeling a little kind of nostalgic. Just we'll see.
Did you ever play scratch off with your dad? Did you ever like go to 7-Eleven and get some of those guys? Because you know what they say in lotto, you got to play to win. In crypto, you got to buy to fly. Woo! All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Go Steelers.
Go Steelers. Bye-bye.
Later.